All right, we're going to finish it out, y'all. I told you it was short. The woman lets out a slow, sultry laugh as she answers. Her health will hold if she's worthy, I promise. What the hell does that mean? James chokes out. Hush, bothersome man. My quarrel is not with you. You have already been judged. She, however, is his daughter, and therefore heir to his greed. I want nothing of his money. I can hear the desperation in my voice as the pain increases. My vision is beginning to blur from the poison coursing through my veins. All of a sudden, the woman's figure has disappeared from the stairs, only to reappear in front of us. Where she was beautiful from afar away, I can now see the cracks in her skin. The alabaster surface has split in jagged lines along her jaw. A deep red liquid is dripping down her neck, and her unnatural smile has become feral. He is an evil man, she screams. He was greedy for money, and he was greedy for drink. He thought he could come into my home and take away, the same as my own father did. I will not be sent away to satiate their unholy hunger. Her voice becomes shriller with each word that passes her craggy, painted lips. My body is beginning to shake from the venom, and James is kicking the front door as hard as he can. My eyes close and a nightmare descends on me. I look up to see an old man hanging from a rope crudely attached to a wrecked chandelier. Fresh blood is pouring from the gashes along his face and torso. His face is twisted into a horrifying death mask. The woman's voice from the inn slinks through my clouded mind, telling me of his sins. He was greedy. He loved money and drink. He berated me and tried to sell me to a suitor even crueler. I will not be sold. I will not be kicked out of my one true home. I told your father all of these things. I showed myself while he was here, and he shook me off as a joke. I came to him in his dreams, speaking whispers of his fate. I gave him more warning than I did my own father, and yet he did not heed. The moment the ink on the deed dried in his name, his death was sealed. I was so lost in sleep, I was unsure if I uttered the words or just thought them, but I told her of my life. I told her of my own emotional brokenness, from the lack of love for my person, and my own thoughts about wealth and greed. Things dimmed until they became black, and I was lost in a sea of nothingness. You passed. I heard the words quietly murmured before my consciousness fled. I woke up to the smell of sterilized steel. The crisp sheets were scratchy beneath my sore frame. When I open my eyes, I see James drooping in his chair with his head in his hands. James. That's the only word I can get out of my parched throat. He notices the aridness of my voice and brings a glass of water to my lips. Before I can thank him, he is leaning over and kissing my face. I love you, Charlotte. I have for a long time. You were just 18 when you left, and I wanted you to grow and live. I didn't want to saddle you with the jaded characteristics of an older man. I almost lost you, though, sweetheart. I just don't think I can let you go. I know we have a lot to recover from and countless emotional messes to sort through, but I need you. The past 3 years were torture. Please stay by my side, Lottie. Father passed away before I regained consciousness from my ordeal. The doctors were surprised I lived at all. They were alarmed at the amount of venom they found from just one bite. According to them, my body held the poison of at least 10 bites, and I should technically not still be breathing. It took weeks to settle my father's estate and sell the Laurel Hill Inn. I begged James to move us to a new town. He had no problem with this request and decided to start a new branch of his firm in a town a few hours away. We are set to move in a couple of weeks. I find myself curled up in my love's lap as he rubs circles on my back. The soft touch ignites something in my blood. They say that the love of money is the root of all evil. The unspoken consequence of such a sin is the complete lack of true love. Money does not love. Wealth does not give you happiness. The happiness and beauty of all humanity is found in the growth of the human heart. I once feared my father that when he passed, all I felt was hate. In the aftermath of his death, however, I feel pity for the sad course of his shortened life. He could have had everything, but he wanted for what was beyond him, throwing away all true happiness. The end.